A lot, and I can't seem to get enough of them. I've stopped Whistleblower for now. I had to sell it. I currently think I might have bought it back. I can't remember. I'll check that later tonight. And you are joining me on The Town of Light. It takes place in an Italian asylum from the 1940s, I believe. Yep, 1942, Volterra. There you go. Missed a little bit of the beginning, but there wasn't really anything exciting other than darkness and words. So let's get started. What you've missed is I took a small walk around, found a radio that I couldn't do anything with, and I'm headed into the asylum, I guess. The question is will I enter as a... I'm gonna go up and around. Forget this nonsense. What the... Aww. The game's gonna force me to go away.
Is this like Slenderman?
No, but I see the other asylum up there. Maybe it's a different section. Oh, there's a sign. Terra, Camposanto, and Maragleon. I honestly don't speak Italian, nor can I pronounce the words on that sign, so if I mispronounce those and you heard me horribly mispronounce them, and you're thinking, oh my god, he's stupid, well, you're probably right.
This place. Time. Memory.
What? Oh, for those of you that don't know, that's where I just was. That's where the radio was. And there's a field.
Don't read it, just...
Go. Oh, I could have walked up here with the stairs. That would have been nice to know. Maybe? No? I'm pretty sure I'm going the horribly wrong direction at the moment. Okay, I guess I'll come back here at a later time in the game. Oh. The increasing number of cases of attempted suicide requires that a definite stand be taken against the behavior. Our current position is to consider these behaviors as highly deviant, disgraceful, and unpatriotic, especially in the case of young girls. Please provide us with the enlightenment on the subject. Illegible signature. Okay. That's what's on one side. Oh. Okay, normally I can turn this all the way around. I guess that's a no-go. Huh. The master switch is near the Calm Women ward. Because that doesn't sound weird at all. I could have taken the... Oh, I didn't even know I could walk outside this place.
Damn it, Scotty.
Well, I need to activate my app. Give me 2 more seconds while I... make a second screen so I can read people's comments. There we go. Second screen. I'm also going to charge my phone. Okay. Now if anyone were to drop a comment, I would be able to see it. Yep, there we go. Scotty's comment number 1. Excuse me. I know. I kept anticipating someone to be down there. Oh, I can't go up that way. Oh, there's 2 people. Hello.
You guys will?
I don't know. I have Inferno Land, and as soon as they leave a comment, I'll know.
Ross said he was gonna get on too.
Guess I'm going in the front door. Stop.
We should make a channel together and just have nothing but that play in the background and we do all sorts of stupid
Please
shit.
kindly notify any relatives of death of inviting them to cover burial expenses. Failing which corpse will be sent to for study purposes. Cost 100.
I'm ignoring you, I'm just reading things. What did you say one more time?
And there's nothing on the back.
I thought that what he was saying about death was his response to what you were saying.
Whoa. Sweater, shirts 1, underwear 1, pair of socks 1, shoes 1, set diapers, skirts, dresses, trousers, vests, jackets, handkerchiefs, pocket handkerchiefs, hats, berets, aprons, golf shirts, overcoats, towels, and ties. The assistant, the director. Volterra, on the day. On the day. I can't spin it around. Okay. Oh, come on. So close. So close. Okay, so let's look at the picture. Zoom out just a little bit. Darn it. Zoom back in. Let's check another picture. Nope, can't spin this one either. Oh. Oh, okay. Volterra. 5. 2. 7. I think. Okay. So is this one the same? Sorry, hold on, I gotta back and check. I didn't. Okay, so far I have 255. And I have 275 on the table. Okay.
Okay, so you're not allowed to pick anything up. This looks a lot like Slenderman.
Paternity Ardureno, maternity Martelligina, born in Velletri Pro, Roma, on October 13th, 1895, place of residence Velletri Pro, Roma, marital status widow, married on May 30th, 1916. Diagnosis Early dementia, referred from Rome Asylum, transfer to Asylum Observatory rooms, dismissal DMY from a form of dismissal, readmission, form of readmission. 4/9/1993. Respiratory disease.
Will's going to do a couple more things and he's going to tune in.
Okay. I'm not going crazy. That was a sound inside the game, right? Place, province of residence, marital status, single, number of children, profession, religion, culture, referral, diagnosis, remarks, address of correspondence. Okay. Death report. Is it part of the same death report? Oh. I'm trying to get it to turn the page. And it says I don't... But it looks like I've got more than just the... Okay. Okay. The woman is in a state of great agitation. She curses her 3-year-old daughter for having ruined her life. She wanted to take us away, that damned kid. Wanted to tell you. She's the devil herself. She destroyed my ability to give life. She left her sister in silence. Silence is scary. The mother explains that her husband, Eric K., worried about her daughter, called doctor who, noticing the state of the woman and the potential danger to her daughter, urgently initiated the procedure for admission. The woman was admitted to the observation in a single room, not because she was dangerous, but in view of her social class. It seemed the most appropriate choice. The mother has provided a generous donation to the institution in order to find a more suitable accommodation for her daughter. Yeah, let's institutionalize the daughter when you're the one that's got the, mental issues. That makes a crap ton of sense.
Until Dawn is free on PSN if you need a new game to stream.
I've already played Until Dawn, thank you though.
That was fun.
If authorized in writing by the family, acquaintances may obtain information. Whoa. Can't turn everything around, but I can turn some things around. What's this? Oh. There's obviously something on the back. Amada. I was already in here once, wasn't I? Okay. Power is there on the left, Tranquil Ward. 8 is Observation Ward. 6 is Visitors Toilets. 14 is Grounds, and I am there. So if I go out of here, take a right up the hallway, and then
The only thing I remember clearly is Charlotte, my doll.
gynecology.
Hey, babe. I'm just gonna assume that you went to sleep. I'm probably gonna head over to Eli and Adams here soon. Talk to my mom, see if I can take her car or something. And, I'll
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
situation, stuff like that. If there's, anything you want to talk about, like, all together, we can try to arrange something later, okay? I love you, baby. Sleep tight, okay? Night.
Hmm.
Hey, I got a favor. So I think Bryn fell asleep, and I wanted to go hang out with my friends tonight. We are over at Eli's mom's place. So it's gonna be me, Eli, Adam, Ira, and
right over on Osceola. It's right off of Alpine, which is right off of Osceola. It's not that far.
Let's search the wards on the upper floor. There's a plan on the wall which shows their location.
Oh, maybe you
Alright.
should have just said so. You should have just said so. If you don't have that much gas, then don't worry about it. It's up to you, Mom. If you don't think you have enough gas, enough, you can push the issue. Because I understand that's still your car. You need the gas to get back to work. But they're not using it for that. That's kind of what I was getting at. I suggested that I take the car and then I'll bring you back tonight. And I can have the keys to you maybe tomorrow morning before you have to get to work. What? What? Oh, okay, it's fine.
Mummy,
Well.
she tucked her in, hugged her, gave her cuddles and kisses.
She's got work early.
She was very affectionate and loving. Nothing bad happened to Charlotte, and that surprised me. I didn't understand. At first, I was quite scared. I was afraid that she wanted to hurt me. I lived in constant fear that Mom would abandon her. Because I didn't deserve to live. I didn't deserve to be loved. It's cold and it's dark. Look, she's cold. She'll get ill. We can take care of her. Nobody can stop us. Charlotte is a good girl.
The whole point is to be able to get back to the games. It's okay, don't worry about it. I'll figure out something.
Okay.
I love you. Hope you have a good night, Mom. I guess.
These are some really books, yo.
I love you, Mom. Fine. Yeah. Alright.
Looks like a gavel.
You said you were off tonight.
I am.
Why didn't you call?
Just going to US.
The thing we weren't invited to again.
Just going to come back here later and then bother you with a ride.
Thought everything was good for you in your life.
I guess not. Whatever, I don't care. I guess Adam didn't like what I had to say either. It's fine. They can go fuck themselves for all I care. If they're really gonna invite everybody but us, it's kinda shady and shitty of them.
Did they really?
I don't know, Sean, did they invite us?
No.
It's obvious they didn't invite us.
I mean, it obviously doesn't matter that they don't invite us either, because no one's mentioned it to them. So. Is that unlocked yet? Nope. Is that unlocked yet? Nope.
Sure, it's warm in the sun, but it gets cold in the evening, and that's not good for Charlotte.
I mean, it's not evening yet, so I'm gonna see if maybe I can just leave and beat the game. I don't know.
I saw a wheelchair on the ground floor. It's comfortable there, and we can put Charlotte somewhere warm.
Oh, this game worries me. I'm definitely a mental patient in this game.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, just a little bit.
What?
Where did I see the wheelchair?
Charlotte will be comfy here. But it's cold. No, it's cold. Don't shiver, Charlotte. The cold will go away. It'll go away. We must find some warm lights. Let's go to the surgical ward.
I don't know where that is. I have to go back upstairs with her? Um... Oh yeah, and the lights are on in here, that's great. I guess. See why not.
The cold has gone away now. You see? The light, the warmth. We can do it. The cold will go away. It has to.
Just don't drive anybody.
Now we can enter the ward where everything started.
There and back.
the first time the game has offered help.
Mummy took good care of Charlotte. She tucked her in, hugged.
Okay, I got it.
What?
The way this works. Experience. Okay. So now I go back down.
Alrighty, lads.
What's up?
Okay, Brent's here.
Is she going with you?
What the fuck?
God, it's way too bright all of a sudden. Jesus.
One day I turned off the light, but it didn't go dark. It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light. I was 16 years old, and I was afraid, always afraid, a fear that wore me down. I needed help, but I couldn't speak. I was terrified of everything, even thinking. They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist.
Just don't have anybody around in the house.
Like zero time or patience with me.
She was my only hope in this hell. I was descending down, down among the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
A pretty freaky woman. Yeah, just tell everyone but those two I said hey.
I'll go after like 1 o'clock, midnight, 2 at the latest. Okay?
Turn off the light.
Okay. Be safe.
Trust me, I try to be.
The door is locked from the outside. Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside. You can't get out of here. Only the dead can leave this place.
I have no idea what's going on.
Looks really bright.
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack, and I would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, sick, dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light. I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside, and they wanted to drag it out of me.
Nothing like hearing news that you're having a baby from being raped. I don't think I understand what that means, but that's okay. If it takes too long to figure it out, the game will eventually tell me anyway, but...
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive. They went to the gynecology ward on the upper floor.
So literally this... Never anticipated a video game giving me anatomy lessons. And in such an oddly grotesque manner.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse. Then they said that Renee was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. "You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid," he said. "Everything's going to be fine." "Do you want to know what I am writing?" "I note down what I observe in you, everything I see." He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Okay, so she doesn't move. That's good. At least she doesn't appear to move yet. Although, most of these wings were closed off not too long ago.
June 1935. After much theorizing and
Welcome,
practice
second
in
viewer.
clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who really wants to make a difference. November 20th. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and images which it is almost impossible to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses who are forced to tie the more distressed ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients, and it's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women. The overpowering stench in the wards, the constant din of shouts and voices that are barely recognizable as human, dirty, naked bodies devoid of any dignity. The lunatic asylum gets under your skin and wears you down. I often consider resigning. I feel useless, impotent, a sort of merciful jailer, a mercy that helps no one and only helps to ease my conscience.
Playing Town of Light this time.
March 15th, 1938. Dramas are played out before my eyes every single day, and I try to distance myself from them, and just do the best I can. But a girl arrived some days ago. I couldn't avoid her gaze. All she asked, in her dignified silence, was not to be ripped away from her world. And me.
Just came
I'm
out.
old enough to be her father, the father she never had, who didn't want her, who rejected her without even knowing her. I, too, refused what she asked me. I couldn't do anything but add my signature and consign her to hell. A danger to herself and to others, and a cause of public scandal. This was what was written on the accompanying note from the police headquarters. It was difficult not to agree with it. How much more violence must this poor girl be subjected to? Her gaze is so intense, so far removed from the carefree nature which should be the joyous hallmark of her age. I cried myself to sleep in my solitude. I kept thinking about those sad and frightened eyes staring at me.
Hmm. The town of light currently simply seems to be my venture through a patient's days in a ward. Oh. I'm trying to turn the pages, but it won't let me.
Sounds basic enough.
Yes. If you're just joining me, I've currently played through a little bit of the game and have found myself in an asylum where I'm being guided through it in a patient's memories. Steroids? Maybe? Whatever it is, it takes 5 milligrams apparently. It's a gavel, which I've already explored in another room.
March 12th, 1938. Renee T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
A, B, or C? I honestly want to keep reading it. I'm just gonna keep reading it. Let's go!
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, of course you've wondered.
Be right back.
Oh no.
I never had children. I don't think. Let's read it. I must understand. I must remember. She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me. Why are you here?" I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name. March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake. April 21st. She's more awake this morning and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there. She says that one day, many years earlier, she was with a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things.
It does.
He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then.
I guess let's look for the rest of the clinical diary to understand.
She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas. Unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal. Reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
Let us. What's up with these things on the screen? Were they there when examining the last book? I don't think so. I'm afraid I don't understand. However, there's some really interesting anatomy books going on here. I'm actually highly intrigued. Alright, so to Amara.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
Oh. $14.
This is the road we used to take.
Ah, no.
If it weren't for her. In the grounds on that bench in spring. So many days. It was an escape, watching me. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food. And she did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly anticipating that either. Now I have to find my way to the kitchen.
Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse. That's it. She must be the key to my memories. to the reasons why.
The kitchen in the basement of the building behind the greenhouse. Okay, now I simply have to find out where the greenhouse is, don't I?
The scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
Why doesn't it want to turn pages? Hold on. I don't understand. Wait.
Try using the touchpad.
I'm trying. And I'm gonna connect a different controller and see if maybe that'll do it. Because this isn't doing it and I don't know why. Although it does say the Town of Light, which is good to see that it's actually holding true to the theory here, but I think my controller may be dying. Which isn't good. Alright, 1 second guys, I'll be back. Gotta switch controllers, although you'll probably still be able to hear me, but... Okay, so the other controller's R2 button is dying. I apologize and welcome back.
They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel bitter when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I
It's
just
hard to
wanted
see what
to
the
be like
icon
the
said.
others. But that's not.
That's why I have it
what
reading
happened.
it. Turn up the
No.
volume.
I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here.
Ooh.
Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything.
Be right back.
Objects, people, words, not even myself. I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different, but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back. My memory of those years is hazy, between the age of about 7 and 10. My memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remembered that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence.
Whoa.
Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me.
I like the imagery.
I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me. But back then, I was too afraid to understand it.
I don't have any more pages for now.
Was this town in the daylight?
Town of the Light. Oh, I can read it without her. Artificial Paradise. That's really... Okay, I guess that's one of her drawings. Alright. Let's continue. Oh, you can sit down. That's good to know. Oh, the greenhouse. I found where I'm supposed to be going.
It's the most important mechanic in the game.
Huh. Nothing inside it. Why does it allow me to examine these things so thoroughly? I feel like sometimes there's nothing to be gained from all this. I have to find the basement. I found the kitchen. Are there lights? There we go.
Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
Some games does that, they have a lot of unnecessary objects to inspect. Some people actually like the idea.
Yeah. This game isn't so much horror as it is psychologically weird.
Keep looking. We mustn't give up.
Ooh. No. I'm slowly adding more.
Where could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her quickly.
I'm sure the horror will come closer to the end, well, hopefully.
We can't go down there. There's too much water.
Oh, it literally is filled with water. Holy crap.
We can't stay in here too long. They'll find us. When they found us... Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly.
I'm trying, but
We've
I don't know
got to
where
get
else
out
to
of
go.
here. They'll find us. But not now. Not yet. Amara's not here. Maybe she's in the showers. We can find her there. The water was often cold. When it was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renee under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us. We have to turn the water on in the showers and switch the boiler on. All the plumbing systems were in the kitchen area.
Okay. I don't know how to turn these things on.
Now we have water. We must switch the boiler on.
be right back, bro.
Okay. Oh. I definitely did this backwards. There's a lever. Where's the lever?
Now everything is ready. We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers, yes.
Okay. Along the narrow corridor in the kitchen. I don't think.
Now everything is ready. We can go to the bathrooms. We can go along that narrow corridor in the kitchens. We'll meet her in the showers, yes.
When did this get here? I got some really bad vibes about this one. Oh, that shouldn't be open. Maybe the toilets or the showers? Oh, it's another mouth book. I don't want another mouth book. I already saw a mouth book. Hmm.
I'm back.
Okay, welcome back. think one of my biggest problems is I like to explore these types of games rather than just go from point A to point B, and the game kind of wants me to go from point A to point B. Oh, I'm not getting to the showers that way. Nope, more beds.
That's unfortunate.
It's okay.
Everything's ready. Let's get undressed and leave our clothes on the hooks in the changing rooms.
Give me 2 seconds to read a bunch of stuff first. To develop the instinct of motherhood. Oh.
Let's turn the water on now, and everything will be as before.
Where's the water? How do I turn on the water? I feel like I missed something. Crap. Maybe it's over on that wall over there? Yes, there it is. Whoa. I guess I'm supposed to go take my own shower now. Oh, one of them's crying. I thought she was only supposed to do that with me. I don't understand, but alright.
Amara was the only thing Renee had. They separated them. Renee went to the slightly
Well, I mean, I ain't complaining. What did I miss?
Maybe after I beat this, there's a guy's side to the asylum.
Those injections were a torture, the just punishment for what I was doing. And what about her? Who knows where Amara was? They had taken me upstairs into the ward where no one wanted to go.
Lady, I think you're nuts. Good news is my character put her clothes back on. Thank God.
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
Slightly agitated one? Yeah, that sounds great.
Doesn't it though? That was pretty sarcastic.
See, the reason I look everywhere is because I'm trying to find those pages to our memories. And I don't want to miss any.
Yes, slightly. Like slightly likely to kill someone with a rusty fork.
The amount of viewers does not stay consistent. Oh. That's slightly agitated. Turn it. Nope, other way. There we go.
Did you know Volterra was an actual place?
Yes.
I didn't. I thought it was something Stephanie Meyer made up.
Okay. Alright, so let's see if I've got more of the book that I can read. I do!
I didn't tell anyone about the light. I knew that something terrible was happening to me. I thought that I would die, and the shame I felt was so deep that an uncontrollable restlessness took over me. I was afraid when other people were nearby. I saw fingers pointed at me, mouths laughing, condemning me. I tried to be alone. I would sit down on the ground and, curled up in the dark, I would repeat a word, any word, in continuation. This helped me not to think, not to lose myself. I would spend entire days like this, hoping that my mother would ignore me. Her compassionate words hurt me and terrorized me even more, and so I had to.
Whoa.
Shout and shout and shout those words. After a few days, things got better, and little by little, I came out of my hiding place. But the fear was always there, under the surface, ready to strike me even harder.
Okay. Alright, so far so good. Memories, just gonna look at the fact that I have a new one. Experience, that just recaps on the things she said. Okay. So I found the page I was hoping I would find. I really hope I find them all before the game ends so I can read the rest of that story, though. Her journal's interesting. Alright, slightly agitated ward. Tranquil ward? Maybe it's upstairs. Or maybe the tranquil ward is the slightly agitated ward. Semi-agitated ward? No. Okay. Oh no.
When there was too much chaos, they closed all the windows and the door. They turned off the lights, and it was pitch black. Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm.
Oh, whoa.
Then they were weak.
Montefoscoli, December 20th, 1941. Dear Director, could you please let me know how my daughter, your patient Renee T., is getting along? I've written to my daughter several times, but have received no reply. I'm very worried, particularly as I've been ill for some time and have not been well enough to come and visit her. Please kindly let me know when it will be possible for me to bring my daughter home. Your humble servant, Ada T. Bring this letter to the attention of Dr. C so he can assess the potential discharge of the patient.
I mean, obviously it wasn't delivered. I actually kind of want the music to stop. Slightly annoying. Slightly doesn't begin to describe me.
Go back and make sure you actually know.
How do I make sure it was her room?
Is there a map on the wall?
There was a map on the wall of the agitated ward, or the semi-agitated ward, and this was it. But nothing that would tell me this is her room. I know, right? I just kind of want the whole thing to shut up. Like, at first it was creepy, now it's slightly annoying. Let's look for Renee's room in this slightly agitated ward. I did. All the doors are locked. It's hard to look for a room when none of the doors are open. I'm afraid I don't understand. This is slightly agitated ward, yes? Yeah.
Yay, seriously, but it lost its creepiness when the music drowned out most of the wailing.
Yep. Okay, so let's go one more time. Semi-agitated ward. Yes, I understand. Yes, I know, I'm walking down the hallway, and it's that way, but this is the door that opens. Like I'm supposed to be able to tell that this is her room or something.
Let's go to gynecology. I bet we find all the scary stuff there.
I think you're just a sick pervert. Maybe if I open the windows, they'll stop screaming. I don't know. There's supposed to be, like, a hallway or something on the other side of this. See, it's even been bricked up. There's gotta be a way to get in there. Because there's only one room open.
Let's close the window shutters, the door, and switch off all the lights. We want darkness.
Okay.
They put a straitjacket on you.
With the stuff I know from medical classes, I ain't messing.
They gave you a cold shower.
Yeah, it actually makes sense that way.
They suffocated you with a sheet.
Ooh.
They tied you to the bed. They tied me to the bed. A woman died next to me, choked by her own vomit.
Oh.
She was tied down because she wouldn't stop pleasuring herself. I can still hear her death rattle. I screamed, but nobody came. Everybody screamed in there, all of them.
That explains the screaming women.
It was then I saw the doll, which wasn't Charlotte. No, she wasn't Charlotte. The past was like the present. That doll, that man, the shame. Renee was increasingly divorced from reality. How will I ever find out what really happened? How will I ever find Amara again if I can't even find myself? Montefoscoli, November 12th, 1939. My dear daughter, it is with great sadness that I heard what happened. Your transfer and your sufferings are a cause of great worry for me. It will take time, but you'll see, things will improve. They'll treat you and you'll get better again. I pray a lot, every day. Write to me often and tell me if you need anything. I promise I'll do what I can. Try to be strong. Mom.
I will pray for you every day turns into I pray a lot every day. Oh.
This is the last letter she wrote to me. Once I was put into this ward, I was overwhelmed by loneliness. After that medical examination, I received no more letters from Mom. Why is that man here? Why doesn't she come to see me? Did I make a mistake? It didn't seem like she wanted to abandon me. What did I do wrong? I'd like to be able to reply to her again now, to change things.
I'm confused.
I get to choose what to reply. Hmm.
Perhaps she would have listened to me. Will she reply?
What is up with those rabbits?
I don't know what's up with those rabbits, okay? What do I do with this? Did all of the doors open up? Fidelity. Bandwidths. Y4. Okay. Nope. Okay. Just noise. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn it on and walk out of the room. Whoa.
She mentions a man. I'm assuming the doctor of the asylum.
I'm assuming her stepdad. However, this game keeps getting pretty dark pretty quickly. Oh, more. 2 more. Let's just... take another quick look around a couple rooms and then head downstairs to the mailbox. Because that's ultimately where she wants to go. Why else would she try to send off a letter?
At least the chorus finally ended.
Mm-hmm. I think my flash is
Wait
turned.
for how long done.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I should have come into this room yet. X-ray. 37. Deceased at 6 p.m. Maybe I am dead. I'm curious to know if the game counts how many times I use the elevator.
Maybe.
Because it highlights it every once in a while.
The elevator?
Yeah. Like I'm supposed to be using it. 5 is the conference room, 2 is the waiting room, 1 is admissions. I think I'm supposed to go to admissions.
Elevator, this will go well.
Yeah. I thought I turned on the lights down here. I did. It's the same thing. It's a wait, no, it's different. Administrative file of Amara. That's different from what was in here last time. Wasn't there 4 pictures last time? No, there was only 3. Although I don't know when they boarded up all the windows, but that's okay.
The letters were sent to the archive. It was their job to post them.
To the archive. Did I miss that somewhere?
Archive's back upstairs.
Is it? No, crap. I walked away downstairs for nothing.
You took the elevator downstairs for nothing.
Archives are on the right-hand side.
12.
Okay. I haven't been on this side of the ward yet. A little bit. Okay.
You have not made it to 12 yet.
No. But I did make it to this side of the ward for a little while. For a very brief moment.
Dude.
Yeah.
Archives.
I know. I'm trying to go. Give me a second. I enjoy looking at stuff. This must have been his office. I'm surprised this didn't trigger a... Ooh, whoa. Holy crap. That was not what I was anticipating. What the
They
fuck?
all fell out.
I mean... Alright. Let's turn my flashlight back on, I guess. Nope, nothing in this one. No one dead in this ward. They definitely did not have the best of times.
Say that was eye-catching.
Okay. More pages.
I'm going to head out. Have a good night.
Night. 7 out of 8 pages. So close. Whoa. I thought when I walked in it was... $4.56. This game's really detailed though, holy crap. I guess this is where they made us do the laundry. Nurse room. What did that say? New tuberculosis unit open. People of Italy take arms. Italy's entry. Maybe I can flip this around. Nope. Okay.
When you were sent to a lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything. Everything you arrived with was packed up and stored here, even the clothes you were wearing, in case you were released one day, but far too many never left.
Okay. It's not letting me click anything.
There must be a file with my name in the filing cabinet somewhere.
What's the main person's name? Christian, what's your name?
It's R to... It's L to M. Hold on, it's... Here we are.
Dear Mother, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. I'm so frightened here. You were right. I know I was wrong. I understand. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. But now I'll behave myself, I promise. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. Your daughter, Renee. This letter, it was Renee's letter, just as she wrote it back then. But it was never sent. Why? Why did this happen? I received your letter, Mom. You tell me to be patient and strong, while I only feel fear and pain. And you don't write to me anymore. If only these words could be my soul, I'd tell you what was happening to me. The kids want to kill me. They all look the other way and tell me what to do. I don't understand. Can you tell me? Will you help me? Renee. Montefoscoli, July 7th, 1940. My dear daughter, I have received no news from you. You have not contacted me in months. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to come and visit you. Do you remember Mr. Onofrio? He'll soon be in Volterra for business. I've asked him if he would be kind enough to ask the director for some news about you. I hope he'll bring me some good news when he returns. But please write to me. I know that I was strict with you. You have to forgive me. I didn't think. I've given Mr. Onofrio a new doll for you. You told me that you lost yours, and I know you loved it so much. It's not as nice as your Charlotte, but I hope that it will comfort you nonetheless. Keep your chin up, darling. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Mom. Montefoscoli, October 12th, 1940. My dear daughter, I've written 2 letters to you and have received no reply. Every day, I'm anxiously waiting for a letter. Mr. Onofrio's back. He brought you the doll. Do you like it? He told me he was unable to speak to the director, but managed to see you. I pray for you every day. Even Don Gino said a prayer for you during Sunday Mass. Isn't that nice? I've made up my mind, Renee. I'm bringing you home. I've already written to the director. I told him that I'll take care of you. I'm not very well at the moment and can't work, but I'll get better soon, you'll see. And as soon as I can make the journey, I'll come and fetch you. I know you're suffering a lot, but please be strong, I beg you. Mom will come to fetch Renee, won't she? Mom is good, but she's not well. That's why that man came. The doll. Renee could have played with it while she was waiting for her to arrive, but Renee didn't have it with her. Is it one of Mom's lies? She knew that she'd hurt Renee and... No, Mommy's good. That man brought it. We've just remembered who he is, haven't we? It was Renee who was wrong. The doll's here. I know that for sure. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere.
Oh, now I get to go through all the packages that I was just trying to go through. Okay.
Now we can open the bundle on that table in front of the window. You see? Mom was good. I was bad. Mom was worried about Renee and Charlotte. I abandoned Charlotte. We've abandoned her.
I guess the objective is to go back to Charlotte.
Let's look for Charlotte. We have abandoned her. Will she still be where we abandoned her, under the warm lights?
I mean, she was there. I mean, maybe this game only takes 3 hours to beat. Oh, not this guy again. He's the guy that got you in the shower.
I didn't do anything. I just obeyed orders. I only obeyed orders. Charlotte has gone away.
Yeah.
Mom will come and get us. She loves us, even though we're bad.
Orders. Leave us alone. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders. Mom will come and get us now. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders.
Even though we're bad.
Mom won't leave us alone. I didn't do anything.
Charlotte gone away.
I only obeyed orders.
Mom will come and get us now. She loves us, even though we're bad.
I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders.
Yay, it's the Joker treatment! Oh, no.
Now the attack's over.
What was that doctor writing, sitting at his desk?
This wasn't here before. Huh?
You have to go back to his office.
Yeah, I know, I just heard.
September 7th, 1938. The patient frequently indulges in recriminations expressed in an explosive tone of voice. This morning she threw away the milk, saying it was full of urine, spittle, and all kinds of other filth. Crazed, she hears voices that order her to do things. She says she heard children singing and that they were locked up in a school. January 20th, 1939. Introverted, dazed, cannot focus on anything. When questioned and stimulated, she starts crying and weeping. At other times, she laughs. June 1st. Apathetic. Eats very little. She refuses to be touched. Does not respond. Spends her time in the grounds. The cooks report that she sits on a bench in front of the kitchens. October 14th. Return of impulsive behavior. Distracted, clamorous, slightly confused. Takes her clothes off. December 8th. Tied to bed for 15 days.
Holy God.
High-spirited, tends to make witty comments and use vulgar words. Laughs hysterically and pleasures herself. The nurses report that about 2 weeks ago she remained in the showers on her own and didn't want to leave. They said that when they took her away, she swore at them and then lashed out and bit them. 2 nurses had to be treated for their injuries. They've kept her tied to the bed since then. Transferred to the slightly agitated ward, from the care of Dr. B to the care of Dr. C. I was with Amara in the showers. My memories are terrifying. They're not real, are they? December 15th. Dr. C. Patient notes. The abnormality of her psychic state has induced her to lead a life which is irregular and tends towards delinquency. Of fickle and flighty character, she regularly discards her household duties and engages in occasional prostitution. Prostitution? No one would have ever believed a lunatic, let alone a lunatic who lives in the worst sort of sin. Could such a person ever have been subject to sexual violence? Certainly not. Her mental deficiency makes her deaf to the reprimands of her family. She has shown suicidal tendencies. She was brought to the ward yesterday, agitated and hysterical. Treated with cardiazol, 2 injections a week for 5 weeks. They were only trying to confuse us with the therapy, and my God, they succeeded. It was as if they wanted to instill the madness into us.
What does that mean, that white thing?
June 2nd.
It's between the
After a
4
long
choices,
period
I
of
don't know.
calm and improvement, the patient is very agitated today and vehemently refuses to submit to a gynecological examination. She swears and curses those helping her, flailing her arms and hitting them. According to reports by Dr. B, the patient has been subjected to periodic checkups since she had a spontaneous abortion about 2 years ago in her 3rd month of pregnancy. Conception occurred after she had sexual intercourse with a stranger who sneaked into the hospital grounds. Details are contained in the charges filed at police headquarters in Volterra, a copy of which is attached to these clinical notes. ES therapy.
That's how the reality is concealed. It has all been planned very carefully. June 13th. The nurses report that she descended into a state of great mental confusion after receiving her mother's letter. She threw her soup over another inmate because she was very anxious, and then punched a nurse. Impulsive, flails about her. She rails against the doctor in vulgar terms while he is examining her, lashes out and spits. Block all correspondence to give the patient no further reason to become agitated. August 20th, tied to bed. The nurses report that the patient is extremely agitated after the visit of a relative or family friend. 2 days later, she is still shouting all the time that he commands her, that she must obey and harm herself, and that she is not Charlotte. All visits forbidden, constrained to bed, and intensification of ES therapy until we achieve results. No contact with the outside. That way nobody knew what was happening within these walls. March 3rd. Alert, correct attitude, replies when questioned. The nurses report that the patient is calm. She washes and looks after herself. She affirms the existence of a certain Amara. She says that Amara is a patient who disappeared when she was moved to this ward. No confirmation. Probably a regressive hallucination. Evaluate transfer. Did I imagine Amara? That's not possible. She was there. I know she was there. I feel it. She must have left some traces of her presence. We can look for her things in the storeroom containing the bundles of the patient's belongings on the upper floor. These are Amara's things, I'm certain. Amara, there she is. She existed. She really did exist. There she is, my friend. Here we are together. How could I have imagined for a single moment that she never existed?
Oh no, the internet's not crapping out. Oh, come on.
March 12th, 1938. The young girl Renee arrived today. Poor thing, she was terrorized. You see, she remembers the first time we met. I talked to her mother, the dear lady, and she expressed her fears to me, and I promised I'd keep an eye on her daughter. The lady told me her daughter's doll had been taken away, and this worried her, because when she becomes depressed, as she is now, Renee barricades herself in her room and can't communicate. The doll becomes her voice, eyes, and ears. Dr. B said I'll soon get out of here. I'm sorry. I'm so sad to leave Renee. I won't be able to protect her anymore. My poor friend. She was hoping to be able to get out of here, but nobody ever leaves this place. That poor girl is really ill. I am the only one she ever speaks to. I told her I was leaving, and she stared at me, saying that I would never leave. It was quite unnerving, and then she started to cry. I felt like crying too. She didn't say anything else. What worries me is that I'm sure that terrible man is watching her. He was the one who brought her here, and of all the good people, why did it have to be him? She knew. I told her everything. She knew about that man. That's why they wanted to make her disappear from my life. But I instructed a nurse friend of mine to keep an eye on her, and I'm sure she will, because she's a good woman. Her friend the nurse. I vaguely remember. She worked on this ward.
Shoo. Too shoo.
Let's look for signs of the nurse in the nurse's room on the upper floor.
Nurse's room. Right behind me. Matter.
She worked mostly in the Marigliano pavilion. Let's get out of here and find that pavilion. Renee was alone here. Charlotte had abandoned her. And without Charlotte, Renee couldn't communicate with the outside world. Mother knew that.
I need to get to the where? Where did Charlotte go? Let's check out the diary at least.
I remember a recurring dream from that time. I used to have plenty of nightmares, but this particular one was so real that even today,
I need
I
to see
ask
if her
myself
sister's
whether
dreaming.
it could have possibly been just a dream. I was in bed, enveloped by the warmth of the blanket, in the dark, about to succumb to sleep, when I heard the bedroom door open. I turned to face the wall and did not have the courage to turn around. I only saw a shadow cast against the wall, by the light filtering in through the door. Then I heard the door close again, and I thought that it might have been my mother who,
Yes, you're still
before
going
going
out
to
to
bed,
lunch.
used to peep in to see whether I was sleeping. However, there was no time to breathe a sigh of relief, for footsteps approached the bed, and I heard the sound of breathing close by. Fear paralyzed me from head to toe. The blankets were pulled back. I remember the chill of fresh air on my spine. Someone sat on the bed, and I trembled. Then the dream finished. The light often came when I was at school, turning my fellow pupils into puppets that would terrorize me. To me, they appeared transformed, with the bloodied heads of animals stuck where their own heads should have been. I would curl up on the floor and would even wet myself. The teacher would try to console me and would smile at me, but her teeth and her eyes would terrify me even more. Things did change. I don't know why, perhaps during the second or third year of school. It was more or less in the same period that I became friends with Bruna. I remember the sensation of joy I experienced when I felt almost normal. The light isn't coming. The dreams have gone, and I have a real friend, one who speaks to me. I would repeat this to myself proudly while looking in the mirror, where I no longer saw an embarrassing reflection. It seemed to me that the world was a difficult place, but it was no longer impossible. Bruna. I did not understand what Bruna saw in me, especially as she was almost 2 years older than me. I would tell her this every now and then, and she would joke about it, saying, "Nothing. I don't see anything in you, which is what I like about you." And then she would hug me. But one day, she was sad and pensive and said to me, "You and I are the same. Don't be fooled. You are reserved and honest, and I'm not. But that's the only difference between us. The only one." Then she began to cry. I was struck by the perception in her words, but only today, after re-examining my past, do I understand what she meant. I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure. My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed. By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her? Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later.
He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time. Prince Charming doesn't exist, Renee. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him. Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me, all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up.
Hangovers, man, they suck.
I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner.
Memories. Medical records. Huh. Oh, they go further now. Third page. Turn page. Turn page. chapters are in this game? Hey, this is the thing on the top of the hill. I don't understand that whole thing.
But one drop back. I have to go to bed.
We could have been watching this the whole time. Maybe.
She's kind to everyone, even me. I felt a little better when I saw her. The sick children laughed and played with her. Not even they could frighten me. Don't annoy Renee. She's a princess here. Didn't you know? She told stories. She said there was a war out there. But they stared at me and frightened me. They would come to look for me in the evening, and then no one would have protected me. Not even you, Charlotte. Am I right?
Okay. No, wait! Someone else was here. No! Ah! Oh. Okay, well this is where I stop, guys. Alright, let me see what I got. Give me the camera sensitivity. That's what I should be able to turn off. Alright, guys. Everyone take it easy. Ooh. What? We're gonna have to play this multiple times now. Okay. Oh, man. Alright. Well, you guys take it easy, alright? Night, everybody.